All right, all right, all right. Says we are live. Let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Everybody that's in the building. Smash that like button as y'all come in the building. Smash the like button. Yeah, what it do, Buck?
What's going on, big dog?
Man, not much, man. Sitting up here chilling. Just got done listening to my boy BFTV cooking the hell out of somebody.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I've been over here, putting it together, trying to do new things and get new results. That's what we're doing.
Right.
Stepping up outside of our comfort zone. That's what we've been doing.
Hey, that's what it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
How them breedings go? You can find out if they took yet?
No diggity.
Damn. Oh, you didn't find out, or they didn't take?
No, they didn't take.
Damn. Oh shit.
I really wanted those two, But on a good note, I do got some smoke coming up.
Okay.
One I'm about to get done here real soon, and then remember I told you I let Pork get his debut. So
right.
Yeah. We still good. And that Tall Can Diva definitely confirmed.
Okay, okay.
About 3 weeks on those.
Okay. Tall Can Diva, yeah, that's that Michael Myers and the Luther shit, right?
Yeah, that boy, that handicap Luther quarter out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be some heat right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be some heat.
Then I've been trying to do step outside the box. I stepped into the fire of the bully game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I put together, I CEO'd a project, that got to do with that breed, and ended up coming out with a couple Merles and shit. So,
okay,
we're gonna be doing our Merle Talk Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're gonna be getting that going on, get some panel type going on. I got a couple gurus. I'm gonna bring them on there. They've been doing this shit. They got a little bit of experience and a little, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
One dude I think he started about 10 bands a pup. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to put him on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we could start digging in and checking out, some of the breeding similarities and practices and different shit. Just it's all dog talk. Just open it up a little bit. I went ahead and upgraded my little joint. So
oh, okay. You got the streamer hooked up.
Yeah. So it's definitely gonna have a new look going on, on Sunday. So yeah, I'm just elevating, man.
That's what it do.
Yes, sir.
Let me read the people up in here. Shout out to John Kramer in the building. What's happening, man? Main event, Mark. What it do? Real Kennels. Salute. Prince Original. What's happening? Vernon Stones. What it do? We got Mike Lee in the building. Salute. Pitbull Tone. Bank Statement Bullies up in here. Let's see here. Young Bulldogger. Salute. Kyler Face Stiller. Let's see here. Miami Snoopy 305 in the building. You got 26 Sports Entertainment. Supreme Beach Boxing Talk, Cadillac Red and them boys was happening. Let's see here. Lot Boy. Mr. Thomas Moreland, salute to you, sir. King Red. Nitty G in the building. Paris Jackson, what's happening? Ricky Rogers, what it do? Hamaza the Lionhead, what it do? Let's see here. Let me see here. You got The ghost of Bully Son, what's happening?
Mm.
Trey Brown in the building. Haplotype, what it do, fam? AJ in the building. Let's see here. Mr. J Dub 20 Texas. Stephen Lamar Hawkins, what's happening? Robert Hunter. CD Sean, what it do? You said Blizzard. Yeah, it's a Blizzard. It's always some bullshit going on, man. It's always some bullshit going on out here. Crush the Legend. Chris Graham. The sister La La D in the building. Salute La La. D Hodges, what it do? Yeah. What's happening? We got Thompson Kennels in the building. What it do?
Hey, what's going on? Salute to the
Chilling,
chat.
man.
Salute to the panel.
Salute.
What's that? Gregorius Bulldog. Salute, fam. I hope I pronounced your name right. Free Smoke Kennels, what's happening? All right, y'all. Nate Dogg, what's happening? Soul Power in the building. Salute to the brother Bert in the super chat. What it do? He said salute 78 round, Eli Buck, Thompson and Maul. Okay, they got the names down now, boy.
Yes, sir.
Got the names down now. Yeah, salute to everybody in the building, man. Much love. All right. So, man, Thompson, what you been up to, bro?
Oh shit, man. Working on this property, man. Putting axles down, trying to get all this shit set up. This is
Right.
a big little renovation I got going on.
Okay.
You know, same old shit, getting to the money. Ain't nothing changed. The grind don't stop. Waiting on these little. Got this litter coming up off Miss Hustle, the BYK's flash. Hopefully that pan out the way it's supposed to pan out. Come through with that 3/4 balls with that sorrow stuff.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We'll play it up tight this year.
Yeah, for sure. Salute to Alma in the Cash App. Much love, much appreciation. She says, salute, General, in Buck City. Salute, sister. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. That's going to be interesting, man. I'm going to check that out. See what y'all got. Y'all working, man. Yeah, man. I was waiting on that shit Buck was going to do, man. I had to get some confirmation. It didn't take, though, so I'm going to see. I'm going to see what else what's going to happen. Because, yeah. I done cleared out some space now. Yeah, buddy. It's gonna go down.
You sounding revigorated and shit, nigga.
Yeah. Shit, man. That's saving me money now. So I done got rid of them big monsters eating all that damn food and shit.
Oh, yeah, them bigums will put it down, bro.
I got rid of them motherfuckers. I still got my boy Nino though. You know what I'm saying? I still got him and shit. This nigga, man, dude came to pick him up. Dude, man, this motherfucker cash at me the money. Come pick up Nino. This nigga knew he was finna. He saw everybody else leave. He was the last one. He looking all sad and shit. Dude come pick him up. This nigga Nino acting the fool. All this so dumb shit. So dude like, man, he aggressive. I'm like, man, I don't know why you tripping. I'm like, Nino, chill. This motherfucker. Soon as dude said he don't want the dog no more. So I got cash app him his money back. Now Nino, he the nicest nigga in the world again and shit.
Yeah, nigga, that nigga, he ain't trying to come up off that duck fat, nigga. You feeding good over there, bro.
Yeah, he like, fuck that. You nigga try to play me. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna let my uncle get him though. My uncle get him, do it that way, cause he good people with the uncle. But anyway, man, yeah, we got a couple topics we gonna cover. Some of these was from last week, but I didn't get a chance to get to them. Questions some of the homies had. First question, man. How do you know if you overworking your dog? This is a young dogger. He asked that question. How do you know if you overworking your dog? He just getting in the game, I guess, and he trying to, work his dog out, and he want to know what the dog limit is and shit like that. How do he know what's the warning signs?
I think the final result is always the telltale sign, when it comes to being overworked or whatever. But a lot of times they can show signs of fatigue and, kind of burning out. And losing interest and stuff like that. If you're working your dog, you want to monitor, what you're getting out of the dog each time, how much you're putting into the dog, what you're getting out of the dog, at certain weights, so if he's not progressing, then that could definitely be a sign of overworking,
Mm-hmm. What's up, Ram?
What up?
What's going on, Rick?
Walking down Ram. What up, fam?
Oh, shit. In between these scenes, man. You know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
And Ram will be
Star
recording.
ass nigga.
You know, trying. What nigga
Did
need to
some
do a little
Washington
extra,
ass nigga.
you know?
Forrest Whitaker ass nigga.
I'm way more handsome than motherfucking old left side Forrest, nigga. Come on now.
Yeah, he went
Oh,
Forrest,
yeah.
not Whitaker.
Nigga crazy, boy.
It's a cold motherfucker though. Goddamn.
Yeah. Shit, what you got on that, Thompson? How can the young brother tell if he's overworking his hound?
Alluding to what Buck was saying, when you recording them times and you're not seeing an increase in the work rate, that's the first telltale sign you pushing it too far. You also need to be looking at the dog as it's working. You know what I mean? That exhausted face, you start seeing them. You want to push it, but you don't want to push it too far. You know what I mean? You just want to go a little bit past what you did. If you're doing like a good day of hard work, a good day of feed and rest, and then you come back with the hard work, you want to see progression and you want to see a constant build up. I'm looking for drop offs. When you start seeing stuff like he built up for the first week and then the second week it starts going down, you may need to pull back a little bit. You know what I mean? And if you're working wet dogs too, hydration and all that stuff, it plays a part in it too. I would always lean towards progression. If you start seeing a decline and what the numbers you was pulling off, you may want to just take a step back and give a little bit more time for recovery. But if you actually physically working them, you don't want to be pushing them to the point where they're falling off. Like you take them off the mill or something and they can't even stand. You don't want it to be on that level. You want it to be on a level where they got time to recover. You don't want to let them just run to the water bowl, but you got to maintain it because if you feed heavy and then work them hard, you may go in a decline, and that may not be overworked. That may be your timing. When you working them dogs, you want to have everything down to a routine, like the back of your hand. You can't be switching shit up. You can't say I'm gonna feed late this day and then think you can work him the same time. That food may not got up out of him. He may not emptied out. So there's a lot of monitoring and just doing times, man. That's the way I stick to it.
Yeah, yes indeed. What you think, Ram?
Shit, I gotta agree with the brothers, man. Just keep an eye on the dog, bro. If he working hard, say today Thursday, he working hard as fuck. He getting it, killing it, and you see, if you putting him on the mill, he running further, faster. And you come back tomorrow, and that motherfucker looking like he did the first week. That's a telltale sign that overworked his ass. It ain't like he could tell you, nigga, I'm tired, nigga. Let's take it easy today. Just gotta pay attention, bro. Simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want.
Look at everybody in the chat though, man. I can't get at y'all, singly, because I'm out here shooting some scenes and shit, man. But salute.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. I think y'all hit that. We just got to pay attention to the dog, man, and
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to the dog. Look at the dog. The dog, you could tell when the motherfucker tired, too tired to work. I noticed like for dog when he first started playing and shit like that, and everything good, and he working. You know what I mean? His tongue is laying flat. When when that motherfucker start hanging to the side, cocked to the side and shit. You know what I mean? The tongue, what I'm saying, start gang banging on you. That's when you know it's a problem, man. Most likely. What's up, Maul? Maul, you there?
What up? What up?
Chilling, man.
Bulldog Mole in the house.
All right. I had to give me some tummy tightener.
Oh,
The
okay,
fuck are you talking about? fuck is that?
He shit need some Pepto Bismol. He's talking about.
Oh shit,
Nah,
yeah, you
nah,
fucked up, bro.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with
Got
nah,
that
I had
cold?
to
You got
eat.
that COVID, nigga?
Nah, I had to eat. You know, we be cooking, man, and you know what I'm saying. I didn't want to have to go run to the dog bowl and shit, so I had to go hook me up some more ramen noodles and shit, man. You know, quick tummy tightener. That's what we call it on the block. You know what I'm saying? That tummy tightener.
you. Them ramens do it, man. Shit, take 2 packs of them ramens. This why I take a beef and a chicken. I mix them motherfuckers, and then I like to
Mm-hmm.
let my shit sit in the bowl for a while so all that juice can soak up. I hate when motherfuckers pour their juice out and just eat them dry ass noodles. Man, get the fuck out of here. I like my shit to
I'm
be.
the motherfucking pour half that juice out quick, then a bitch. I hate them old soggy ass noodles, man.
Nah, man, I like my shit soggy, man. I need that shit good, man. That shit fill you up.
Man, I
I
ate so
like
much of
my
that shit
shit.
as a kid, nigga. I run from that shit now. I don't never want to eat that shit again. Fucking
I like my shit to
69
burn
cent
like
ass dinners.
toothpaste.
Hey, I'll still run one. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, ramens do it, man.
Nigga, I be having flashbacks of mayonnaise sandwiches and shit when I used to say top ramen, nigga. Fuck all that, man.
Traumatized by the top ramen, boy. You can't even
Mm-hmm.
say top ramen at that nigga house. They'll put you
Mm-hmm.
out.
Hmm.
Breakfast to champions.
Yes, indeed. All
I'm
right,
over
let
there
me ask
making
you.
prison spreads and shit.
Let me ask you, Ma. How can a young brother he wants to know, how can he tell if he's overworking his dog? He's just finna start getting into working his dog. How can he tell what's some of the signs if he's overworking the dog?
Well, the tail, the tail, that tail, that's one thing. That spine, you know what I'm saying, controls the tail. So that's one way. But I was kind of listening to y'all before I hopped on, and I agree with. I got in on when Thompson was talking, and I agree with him. But your dog can go stale. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. Where, I know you guys had on the panel know what a stale dog, but that's basically a sign of overworking, where they're not exuberant to see you. You know what I'm saying? When you come out there, you know, uh, for instance, like my dogs, I work them. I think that I showed you guys how much that day I had worked my dog on the mileage I had put on my feet.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
catch that
and
one. Send me
oh,
that shit.
okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I had worked 3 dogs, man. I put 22 miles in one day. Uh, but that said, the dog, when your dog ain't coming out the doghouse the next morning exuberant to see you, that's a telltale sign, but I agree with basically everybody on the panel. But the ramifications of working your dog too hard, they'll go stale. So if even with the body, the human body, that's why when we see most keeps be 12 weeks or whatever, even with boxers and stuff, you go when you put yourself to a keep, you'll start breaking down. Your body only can take so much of the abuse, because what you're doing is breaking it down to build it up anyway. So I think the best way, since the dog can't talk, is to when they come out the doghouse, you know what I'm saying, they'll tell you right there. I don't know if anybody has looked at their dogs when you work them hard the next day. He come out like feeling good, or he come out a little stale a little bit. You can tell you've been working, we cut back or whatever. But yeah, that's just my take. I agree with y'all on that though.
Yes, indeed. What's happening? I am Ill Will. I see you in the building. Salute to you. What's up, Black Ham TV? Salute to all the family that came through. Anthony Bowden. Hey, all right. So next on the agenda, we got another question. A brother says my 13-month-old male won't respond to the flirt poll. He said, I asked him to elaborate on that, and he said basically when he bought him a flirt pole, and when he try to get the motherfucker to fuck with it, dude he ain't fucking with it. He said he ain't fucking with the flirt pole, but he wanna work the dog. Y'all got any advice for him? Why wouldn't the dog be responding to the flirt pole? What you say, Buck?
Shit, he might be scared of it. Might be a little scared of it. Might, if you dogs ain't gonna just respond to it just right away. Even some of the best ones that ever jumped on one, was real cautious of it at one point in time. There's things you could do. Maybe like hang it, within reach, in his chain spot, so that he can, maybe when you go away from him, he can go up to it and fill it out and make sure, check it out, make sure it ain't nothing that's gonna hurt him. He's probably just cautious. Plus the flirt pole got the stick, too. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
dogs are naturally, kind of scared of sticks and shit.
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
What I'm saying? So I say, try to do something else with them before you maybe, because it got a string on it. Well, my flirt pole has a string on the end of it. Then I got a hide. Maybe just take the string and the hide first, get them on that, fuck with them. And then maybe put it on the pole, maybe that might work. Or just playing with them. He could be on your deck or something. You just playing with him. You got the pole on the ground, and you just letting him grab the hide first, and while the pole's just laying on the ground, and you can kind of pull the hide and pull the string and then pull the pole. You know what I'm saying? It's just real psychological with these animals. A lot of hands-on. That's how you're going to get the results. But I know what you're talking about, because I've had dogs that don't really want it. A lot of it is just, they're just a little timid of it. Some dogs just don't got no drive at all, and just don't really want to do shit like that. So, but then I've seen some that act kind of lazy and stuff, and then with the proper work and time put in and dedication, they'll surprise you. So just trick them, do some different stuff. Everything ain't as easy as the instructions. Sometimes the instructions won't work. You got to use your own little ghetto fabulous little remedies and stuff, what I'm saying, with these dogs.
Right. Bank statement bully said, "Get a new one." They crazy. All right, what you say, Thompson? The dog won't respond to the flirt pole. What's
Yeah, like I would say, find something that the puppy's interested in. I fuck I fuck with those cotton ropes and shit with those puppies when they real young and shit. So I have something that I know attracts their attention, and then I can convert that one tool to manipulate the dog to do whatever else I want it to do. So if I wanted to fuck with the flirt pole, I attach that same rope, do like Buck said, lay it on the ground. If they are timid of sticks and shit like that, lay the ground, let them play with it, pull it back, get a little resistance, and just don't overdo it. I don't know how young this dog is, but you start off small, but you want to get something to
said 13
manipulate that
months?
dog. 13 months, that ain't too. That's a good working age, starting to work age. So like you really want to go ahead and find something that he's interested. It may have to be another tool that rolls over into the flirt pole. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
instead of just coming out the door with the flirt pole, get yourself a cotton rope and see if he lets like to play tug of war with you holding the rope. You know what I mean? You got to manipulate the situation. And some dogs ain't into everything. You know what I mean? I got some dogs that love that flirt pole and they love that spring pole, but they not big flat mill dogs. You know what I mean? You gotta figure out what that dog enjoys to do and manipulate them to get it to do what you want them to do. If you even get into a routine of just say that dog like to do the slat or that dog like to do something like that, you could go ahead, start off with the slat, take him off real quick, and then he'll get used to you saying, "Oh, I'll have to play with this for a little while to get back on to what I really want to do." You know what I mean? It's like Buck said, it's a lot of manipulation, a lot of figuring out what makes each dog tick and how to get the best out of that dog using that tool. That sometimes it's not always just coming out the door with the tool. You may have to build up to use that tool. That's where a lot of stuff with prey drive and shit like that. That's why certain things people like in their programs and stuff, because some people don't have that issue with that type of scenario. All this stuff is you record it as you go on with the dogs. You start noticing, I had dogs that I had to put a lot more work into, or dogs that I didn't have to put so much work into. So it'll eventually balance itself out. That's my take on it.
Mm,
Yes, indeed. Hey, Ram, you there,
nice.
bro?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Uh, what's your take on that? 13-month-old male won't respond to the flirt poll.
Shit, I say go to the dollar store and get like 4 or 5 of them little cheap toys. This is what I do, and put them out in front of him, see which one he liked the most. And once we establish one he liked the most, I take that and just play tug of war with him, like Thompson was alluding to, and just slowly, I take that and might put a spring on it or something at the end of it, and let him pull back and forth on it, all that good shit, and just slowly work them up to, like in the flirt pole. But mainly, I use cowhide. I ain't had no problem at all with the motherfuckers grabbing that cowhide. The trick to it though is you gotta keep them soft when you first start them out, cause so they can sink their teeth into it. Get a good purchase on it, and just go from there, bro. It's not that hard. Just you can't get discouraged. You don't cur out. You gotta show them. Cause like I always say, that motherfucker don't speak English. He speak dog. So learn how to speak dog to him.
I want to butt in.
Go,
A
go
lot of
ahead.
they like if you got one that's on it
Continue,
tough.
but yeah, you already talked, bro. Nah. Oh
If he
fuck it. Go ahead.
Now if you got another one that's on it tough, if he could, if he, let's say he ain't too far away and he could watch the other one work, and then go back to him and then go back to him, go back,
No, that jealous girl routine. That
yeah,
shit
let him.
work.
Well, he'll get jealous. He'll get jealous. He'll see the other one playing, having a good time, and then, he might be a little bit more like, hold up, come on, come back. And then you go over there, give him his little chance. If he want to bullshit around, you leave his chain spot, go to another one. And then after a while, I mean, it ain't gonna be long. That motherfucker's gonna, he should, or like one dude said, get a new one. You know what I'm saying? If you had to go through all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, man.
Hey, oh no, go ahead, but my bad. Maul, did you respond to it?
Man, fuck them flirt poles. I'm still having bad memories of that motherfucking dog biting me in my goddamn God-given flirt pole.
Yeah, yeah.
This
Fucking
nigga
around with
scarred
the
for
flirt
life,
poll.
bro.
Man, I agree with all you guys. I was just thinking about some shit, man. I was thinking about letting that dog go, man. Man,
Mom got that tip drill put on him. He ain't like it.
man, that motherfucker said won't be long now. But
He ain't no stick the tip in looking ass.
right, right. Nah, I think with the flirt pole though, I've only seen a few dogs not be interested in little small things, but them were the ones that I had seen. Like I got a friend, he has one. You can dangle a flirt pole right in his face and everything, and the motherfucker won't fuck with it. But the times that I have seen it are with people who didn't show it to introduce it to them that little toy when they were little puppies. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, when I get a little small puppy, I mess with all my puppies, let them grab on little stuff and all that, whatever. And so that right there, interest it piques their little prey drive just at a young age. But the dogs that I have seen, and I don't know if this is a situation where sometimes people could, they try to introduce stuff a little too late. You can get in, a setback by trying to, you let a dog grow and you introduce him to stuff that's foreign to him that should have been introduced when he was a puppy. So I don't know if that's the case, but you know, to get him enticed in it, I think tennis balls. If he could let him run around or throw some stuff on the chain spot, I don't know what environment the dog is in to spike that prey drive, because generally that's the whole thing why a dog likes the flirt pole, and then you introduce him to the hide. You know what I'm saying? But again, the dogs that I've seen that weren't interested in is they weren't introduced to it when they were very small puppies. Now, again, most dogs that I've seen, just you can throw anything on the damn chain spot or anything up in the air and they'll grab it. So, you know, I would say keep working with him and let us keep me updated. I'm curious to see how it works for him. So that's my take.
Yeah, I agree with y'all, man. I think the first thing when I read that, first thing I was thinking about was playing with whatever, like, whatever you're gonna put on the flirt pole, playing with that with him in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Getting them used to you know, playing, just playing a little hide and seek with the motherfucker with it. You know what I'm saying? Let them pull on this shit, little tug of war, all that kind of stuff. And when if he responded well to it, put it on the flirt pole. You know what I mean? And and let them fuck with it a little bit. I like to let them get it sometime too, though. Some people just they don't like to let the dog get the motherfucking shit. Never let them get it. I like to let them get it every once in a while. What I'm saying, especially when they're younger, let them get it a little bit and shit like that, and then gradually I start keeping it from them and shit. But that's just me. I mean, that's what I would do though. Get your little toy, and like the brother said, and just play fuck with it with him. If he ain't showing no interest in that, and you want to work him, then yeah, you're gonna have to switch up your exercise until he developed that, prey drive. Which that's kind of weird though. You know what I mean? At 13 months, it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I have had no dog that didn't want to fuck with no flirt pole or something like that. I had dogs that lose interest after a little while. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't had no dog that didn't want to fuck with it at all. You know what I mean? But
I don't know why. I don't know why I was thinking to myself, that nigga ball. Hey yo, that dog looking at you like you a dick meat sandwich.
This nigga out of
that's
line.
fucked up.
He out of line.
That's fucked up. All right, man. So another question. Another cat had a question that says, wait, Matt, before I get to that, let me read one of these comments from the chat. Somebody asked a question. Let me see here. Brother say, only play to win, says, salute 78, new to this group. He says, good evening, chat. He says, what dog food do you guys recommend for game pits under 2 years old? Yeah, we always talking about food, man. Anybody want to take that one?
Shit. I switched over. I was fucking with that sports mix for a while when I was doing, if I do kibble. But then I got on that Victor, and I've been really impressed with it. It's a couple dollars more a bag, but at the same time, the cleanup is a lot better, and my dog seemed to be really doing really good on it. So I've been fucking with the Vic. Me personally, I'm not one that try a lot of shit. I kind of stick to like certain groups of dog foods that I know my dogs could do good on, and I don't really do too much experimentation. But I got on that Vic, and I heard it from a bully motherfucker. And when all that sports mix shit came out, I was like, oh hell no. So I started fucking with that. But it's been doing pretty good for me as far as the kibble.
All right, right. Anybody want to add anything to that?
Yeah, that Diamond High Energy is pretty good. Like you said, they ping pong in it. I talked to somebody that knows a lot about that sport mix outbreak, and apparently they knew where the bad batch was, and where the trucks that took the bad dog food, and apparently they got that figured out. So I mean, go check that out. I mean, shit, I was about to go buy some sport mix right before I heard that, and if I live under a rock and don't never get no news, that stuff could hit you. But that type of consistency, with the fat and the protein, what I'm saying, I think that's pretty good for those type of dogs.
Yes, indeed.
I would say it just depends on his budget also. That's a different variable of it. If you only got one dog and you can feed a good solid dog food, I go for it. If it's your pet, a lot of people go for the dog food based on the price and the quality, and sometimes you have to stretch out. You know what I'm saying? But if, like, I'd be honest, if I could and I could afford it, I would feed my animals the highest quality of dog food that money could buy, but my budget ain't like that. So again, I think it depends on your budget also and what you're willing to spend on it. You know.
Right, right. Uh, CD Sean asked the question to you, Ram. He says, "How do you keep a cow hide soft?" You there, Ram?
Nah,
Ram,
he
I
for his Whitaker in it, nigga.
they ran to be or not to be. That's the motherfucking question.
Yeah,
Let's see here. We'll
It
come
gets
back to
soft,
that.
gets soft with moisture. Like if another dog's chewing on it, it gets soft. I would imagine you could, hit it with some water or something, just to
I got a
soften.
question for that too. You gotta resalt. Y'all resalt them hides. I don't really fuck with the hides too much. I had
Nah.
like a couple of coon pelts and shit. You don't resalt them. You just let them dry out and the same when they done.
Oh no, I be buying them already done. So
All right.
that's crazy. That's a good ass question.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got that far.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Another question is: a cat says he has a female that has had two false pregnancies. He says, I guess he bred her to the same male both times, and she didn't take, I guess, and he's saying that he thought she was pregnant, she wasn't. So he wants to know what the issue is with that. You know what I mean? And my first thought was like, man, shit, take both of them motherfuckers to the vet, see what time it is. The boy might be sterile or something, But anyway, what's your take on it, Buck?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you're trying to get done or whatever, I've had situations where, you owe somebody a pup off of the litter and, different, some people, they want to get their shit so they can move on and build, what they want to do. So rather than to keep shooting in the dark, it wouldn't hurt to, get an exam, on the semen. They can look at it, the color, the shape, the mobility, all of that good stuff. And then make sure the bitch don't got no type of infection or something that could be preventing her from, conceiving. Also, make sure you got your days on too, because if you're not getting the days right, some people, it's always a different answer. When we ask, what's your favorite day, or if you had one day to stick, or if you had, so make sure you got that right and you're doing all that. And once line up everything, in a row, shit, you probably get some success, or you at least get your answer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What you think, Ma?
I I want to stress the vet thing. A lot of times the answers you got to spend some money on these dogs. Same thing with the cars and shit. You go get the big body, man. You gotta go get that motherfucker tuned up. You know what I'm saying? And spend some money. The dope fiend can't get under the hood all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? So I want to stress the vet thing. Just for the listeners and shit. Sometimes, man, we can go spend a couple because that two heats right there. That was we'll say she went in the heat 2 times every 6 months. That was a year. You know what I'm saying? A couple $100 could have figured that out. And then hindsight, if you do take it to the vet, let us know. Keep us updated. But I just wanted to piggyback on the vet. I don't really have any the suggestions other than that. I agree with Buck. You know what I'm saying? I haven't did a whole bunch of breeding myself, so I don't have any suggestions with that. But the vet is a good place to go and to start. And that information, they're going to tell you that shit's valuable. You'll learn some shit that you can hold for next 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of that. I agree with 7-8 on the vet thing.
All right. What you say, Thompson?
Yeah, I can't go fullest if you trying to get this bitch bred. And what, he bred it to the same male?
Yep,
Two
same
times?
man. Yeah.
Yeah, the first miss, even if you miss on the first one, but and then you miss the second, you almost in a vet corner right now to evaluate that male. You know what I mean? Because he may not have any numbers, and like Buck said earlier, you could be hitting this bitch at the wrong time. You know what I mean? So if you're not a person who's familiar with the days, and you don't have a routine with them dogs where you know where they come in the season and how to breed them, you may have to play the vet route and start getting everything tested, and they'll tell you when to bring her in. You know what I mean? And you it may be an AI situation. I don't know what type of breed of dog he dealing with, but I agree with the panel to the fullest. You in at the corner now where you got to see a vet if you want that particular breeding, because evidently you did it twice in a row. So that's my take.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. I see Ram in there answering CD Sean question. Ram, so you got rewrap it with plastic wrap when you're done. Okay. Okay. Right. 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 Now, uh, this is a good question for y'all. Pros and cons. The pros and cons of elevated kennels, like having your kennels in up off the ground. What's the pros and cons of that? This is a dude who's starting out his yard. He showed me some pictures and stuff, and he said he was gonna go with the chain setup. Said he was gonna go with the chain setup, but he said he went to YouTube. You see, everybody got kennels off the ground. He's trying to figure out what's going on that he don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let's go start with you, Thompson.
Um, Pros and cons. Um, the pros with the kennels is, even if they're not off the ground, I like them off the ground. Some people, the height is your. I did decks that was like 3 feet, 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet tall, and I did some where I got them now where it's just maybe 6, 7 inches off the ground. So that's the pros. You can see what comes out of the dog cleanly, because if you got them on chain spots, and especially if it's a dog that really worked the chain and they run back and you can't see they shit, it's a good way to monitor what's coming out of a dog. It's a good way to monitor the amount of work the dog can exert. Some of them will work either which way, but at the same time, it's not with a chain on. You get what I'm saying? So if you're trying to keep a certain weight on the dog, putting them in the kennel helps them from burning a certain amount of energy off. And the cleanliness too, with the kennels. If you got the flooring, you can clean them good. It looks nice and neat. With the chain spots, you got to treat that with lime. It's a lot, because, like I said, if you got a dog that's running back and forth, and you may not never see shit out that dog for 2 days, like what the hell going on, and it's all in the dirt and shit. So the cleanliness is good with the kennels, and that's the pros. The cons with the kennels is every dog don't like being in them fucking kennels. They get incredibly soft, incredibly fast in kennels. Some of them, the ones with a little bit slow metabolism, you put them in the kennel and you can feed them dogs the same way you feed them on the chain, but you put them in the kennel and they're ballooning up. You know what I mean? Some of them become destructive in kennels. Like I got some that, they'll chill in there for 2, 3 days, but now they want to get back on the chain and they'll start doing retardo shit. So, the kennels, and they don't last forever. They're expensive. You got to constantly treat them too. You need to be hitting them with Rust-Oleum, especially if you put male dogs in a lot of these kennels and they're pissing on shit. It eventually eats away. So it's maintenance on both sides. It's good and bad. And like I said, especially with another pro for the kennels is if you got an injured dog and you don't want no dirt or nothing getting in anything. You know what I mean? It keeps the dogs out of the dirt. It's both sides of it, but that's my take on it.
Okay. Okay. Some good info. What you say, Buck?
Some pros. They're really good. Well, if you talking about the elevated brood pens and stuff like that, those they're really good for what they are. It gives the mom a chance to be real comfortable and warm in there with the pups, and give her a chance to move to the other side and do her thing, and things like that. Some more pros, I've used it for females that know I got coming in heat. It's real easy to detect, because you really got like a close up view of the animal, versus her, just on the chain, or, doing, you walking right up to them, open the thing, pet them, let them stick their head out, kind of get a little relationship with them. That's real good. I've used it to kind of keep people's dogs safe. When they come to my yard, if they come to breed, I make sure, I just put your dog in there, take her out when I'm using her, breed her, put her back up in there, um, those are some pros. They can be pretty cheap. I think I mastered a design. It's not too big, but I can get them for about $150.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about something that it's for sure you could hold your dog. You could sleep at night. If my dog, I don't have one in there now, but I'm about to put one in there because it keeps them out of shit. I got one that's basically chewing on the igloo. Chewing little tiny little particles off of it and shit. And
Right.
I put some oil on there. She stopped for a few days, and then she's back on it. You know what I'm saying? So obviously got to do something with that. But in the meantime, slap her in there. You know what I'm saying? I haven't done it yet, but it's coming to that. So you can do things like that. Stash in here. You got a little puppy. It's the last one or last two you keeping out of a litter. You want to throw them both up in there. That works pretty good. One of the most important cons that I could think of having these type of setups is they can get extremely hot. The temperature is something that you definitely got to watch with those. You got to make sure that you position them in the shade, and know, like a sundial, know when time of day you're gonna get sun and for how long and how, I usually position them, I can get that morning sun up until about 1 o'clock, and then I hit a nice little shade patch, depending on what side of the tree or what, what I'm saying. You got to watch that,
Right.
study your yard a little bit before you build stuff and make setups and stuff. It helps a lot, but there's a hell of a lot more pros than cons in my thing.
Okay. What you say, Mom?
Well, with the kennels, I think the pros to it, uh, cleanliness, as both the gentlemen mentioned. If you got puppies or whatever, off the ground kennels are perfect. Also, too, is they're space savers. You know what I'm saying? Versus a chain. But I think the pros are based solely for the benefit of the human, and not the dog. So, on the human pros, you could put more dogs in a place, or they're cleaner. Now they're gonna, some maybe just get destructive, but I'm gonna go lean towards the more of the pros of tethering chains. The dogs are thousands of times more happy next to motherfucking being free and just running around. The dogs are themselves. They get more out of being on a chain. They appreciate it so much better, much like Thompson said. And so there's a balance. I remember reading some old gazettes, and I remember this one ad. It had said these dogs. He was selling some dogs, and they said these dogs aren't for. They're not kennel dogs. They don't do well in kennels. And I've seen some strains of dogs that will not. I have some dogs that would not survive in the kennels. It wouldn't. It would. They would be too destructive. So I think I sent you a picture 7-8 where you see where a dog was in the kennel. He was supposed to be on the chain. So the pro for the kennel is, I think, more or less 90-some% based on the convenience for man versus the dog, what the dog really likes. Unfortunately, you can't have a whole bunch of chain spots in this day and age. And some laws you have to have, you have to have a kennel tether. There's tether laws or whatever. So, um, I don't know if I answered the question, but if I could, I like kennels. I think that if you could have a perfect yard, to me, I think both of them are great. I love Thompson's videos. That's how, before I met him, brother, I always loved your yard. You know what I'm saying? It's a very balanced yard because, you know, there's no perfect world, but the closest to one is a good example of Thompson. So a dog can get the balance that he needs to be on the chain, or if a dog actually injures himself, you can put it in the kennel. You know what I'm saying? So the pro to it for the dog is the chain spots for the dog solely, and for
Hey,
the can you
hey,
hear
hey,
me?
hey, hold on 1 second, Ma. Hey,
All
Buck,
right.
can you hold it down for me, Buck? I gotta run downstairs and pay this dude real quick.
Oh yeah, no, we shooting the shit. Finish up, Ma.
Yes,
We
sir. Yeah, and then for the convenience half of the humans being able to, keep the dog out of some trouble, or if it's clean in the situation, if you have puppies or whatever, the kennel, you know, and in space and everything. But that's my take on it.
Yeah, appreciate it, Mo.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I just couldn't get away with both. You know what I mean? I wanted to do all kennels at one point, but I was like Maul said, man, some of them motherfuckers, they turn into a different animal in that kennel, and it's vice versa. I know I got some that do real good in the kennel, and you put them on a fucking chain, and they just terrorizing every fucking body nonstop. You know what I mean? You got to find a balance, because I don't want people to get the assumption like chains are bad. I fuck with chains, and like Maul said, in the perfect world, I would probably do all chains, but with the tree huggers and shit, they, even if you got chain spots, they want to be able to say, "Oh, so what do you do? This dog's tethered all the time." You could say, "Hey, no, I alternate my dogs. I got kennels." You know what I mean? They don't have to be, provide a visual option for them people to say the dog is not just in this situation. He can actually move these animals in totally different environments if have to be. So that plays a part in that shit too. You gotta always beware of the tree huggers.
Oh yeah. No, they do their due diligence, trying to fuck somebody else up instead of worried about their own ass. Yeah, we up in here, man, shooting this.
Somebody asked what's better for the dog, and in my opinion, I think tethered. If you had a long tethered chain, I think the dog would be most happy. One, dogs don't want to have to worry about let a motherfucker say when they can shit. When they in the house, and most dogs, I know the dogs that I've had are very clean. You have some nasty ass dogs, but even with kennels, when you clean their kennels and stuff, my dogs usually shit far away from where they got their own little place. You know what I'm saying? And kennels, they know they have to wait for you to come clean the kennel. They don't be feeling that. You know what I'm saying? After they piss, you know what I'm saying? And so the dogs, I think mentally, just think about it. They're a dog, even like a human. You want as much freedom as possible. So the chain, is the best situation for this breed of dog. Not necessarily all breed of dogs, but this breed of dog. And then it's the most responsible way, because you can let one of these breeds chill in your yard and get out, and you come home and all hell done broke loose in the neighborhood. Your house is on the news, dog catchers, your dog done got and tuned up a few cats, dogs, or whatever. So the tethers is the best way to go, as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's good for the most varieties, or the most, like I think it's a quick fix for the majority of dogs. But I kind of had to disagree about them being the happiest, because they, just for instance, like Tom Garner's cages that he got, I think they're about 16 by 16. I got some nice 10 by 10s. I could show you some videos, you know what I'm saying? The dogs, they love that. You know, when they start getting bigger, the kennels start getting bigger, 10 by 10. And I think he's got like 16 by 16 with the house in the middle. They could jump on top of it and bark and, you know what I'm saying, and run around and pace. And, you know what I'm saying, they comfortable laying around. You know, they be pretty damn happy in that situation also. You know what I'm saying? But I understand, you know, if we're just talking about like a regular 5 by 10 or, you know, something small, then, you know what I'm saying. But, you know, if you got 10, anything bigger, 10 by 10, 12 by 12, you know, anything like that, that's pretty nice size. Like they're not gonna have to wait for you to clean up. You know, they go shit over there.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, the size matters a lot, you know. But like you said, I think that, you know, you're gonna have your dogs that try to break out of that. So the chain will be the most universal thing to just say, fuck it, chain these motherfuckers up. We don't have to worry about them, you know.
Yeah, but do y'all ever had them dogs that get chain beat? Like they just like beat the shit out themselves on the chain.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I got like that's why I said it had to be a divide for me, man, because I, I I enjoy the chain setup too, because the dogs work themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like if you got one that worked themselves and they on the chain, is but like another con that chain beating shit, you know, and that collar rub and all that shit. That's a lot of extra shit to have to deal with.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I had a dog I called Show Nuff. I know everybody had a dog named Show Nuff, but mine was probably one of the first ones. But this motherfucker, he'll turn around and shake his chain. He'll shake his chain. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah,
Was
and
he the master?
huh?
Was he the master?
Man, I sure like this dog, man. I even not a dog could have that name in my yard because I got it from the Sorrels. It was off a dog named Poor Boy, but he was a good one, man. But he was a wild boy. He hit that chain, so he was an exception to the rule, also. You know, but very few do I get the retards like that.
Hey, I'm back in the
Damn.
building, y'all.
Yeah, I got a couple of retardos over here, bro.
And Ricky Ricardo's is the worst type.
Man, let me see
Keeping them
here.
alive is half the battle.
Hey, the next question we got, ladies and gentlemen, is underappreciated siblings or littermates to great dogs. So we could talk about historic dogs or dogs that y'all own. You know what I mean? Y'all are breeders. You know, you ever been in a situation where you feel like a littermate to a well-known dog that you had was underappreciated or underrated?
I got one in my avatar right now. And he did very well for the limey line. That's Fox. That's Boomerang's brother in my avatar. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he was, cool story is the guy who trained the Petronelli trained Marvelous Marvelin Hagler. That was his trainer. That's who owned Fox,
Right,
and
right.
he was, I guess he was shipped over to the to Europe or whatever, but he put a big impact, and they talk about the influence of his dogs over there right now, if anybody's familiar with that Limey Kennel stuff. So Missy, Arch Missy got a lot of attention. Boomerang did. There's this guy right here, Fox, and then there was actually, if anybody pays attention, she's up in their pedigree. I think it's a dog named Nail, Nell. That's
Yeah.
yeah. But I think Fox, he's an unsung hero because he did his just due with the Limey dogs over in Europe. So that was my take on it.
Okay. What you think about that, Buck?
There've been a few. There've been a few. That Luigi dog, that was Luke Kane's brother. You know, I don't really hear too much about him or
Oh
nobody.
yeah. That was a good dog.
Running that. That was, he was decent. And let me see. I think Damien was underrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a very underrated dog, just
Right.
because. I mean, they just had some other ones in there, and just different stuff going on at the time, and different owners and stuff. And who's putting the dogs out there at the time. So I think those two were pretty underrated. I think is that is it the Ramrod Tramp? Is that Tab's brother?
Hmm.
Ramrod.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Tramp may be he's either Gator's brother or I'm gonna say he's Tab's
Yeah,
brother.
Tab's
Let
brother.
me
Yeah.
yeah.
So he was people like that stuff, but he's I think he's a bit underrated too. That
Hey, and that's crazy because he had all the accolades, Tramp as
mm,
opposed to Tab.
yeah, exactly.
Tab was a good producer.
So was Tramp though. They both
Tra-
made runs.
Tramp
Just Tab went
Tramp
on to outproduce them. You
Trent
feel
was
me?
bringing less.
I seen some of them Tramp dogs, and them dogs are I'm a jump out there, man. I like them better than the Tab dogs that I
Oh, for
seen.
sure, for sure, for sure.
Hey, Ma, was your dog show enough? Was he the meanest mofo low down around town?
Well, goofy.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Was he the meanest, the prettiest? Oh, I just watched that shit. That's why.
Come on, man. Man, that goddamn show enough, man. That's a bad man.
What's up, Tay Tay? I see you in the building. Um,
She
yeah,
talking
what?
about Pitbull Tones. He talking about I don't know if you guys know him, but he talking about a nanny dog. And the people I know would be talking about nanny dogs, it'd be tree huggers. Them is the motherfuckers that be saying they call the police on your ass. Whose folks is Pitbull Tone?
People
Yeah,
tone.
them some nanny boo boo ass
Yeah,
niggas.
yeah. Anybody who say the Pitbull, oh yeah, it's the nanny dog. Yeah, they'll call the police on you. Oh my mama.
Oh
Hey, bro,
man.
can I drop the link to the show in the chat?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna ask first, out of respect.
Yeah, drop that in there.
Right on. Good lucky.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, let me see here. Thompson, man, you had anything like that on your yard or any historic dogs?
Shit, I could go my yard. I had like sets of brothers and sisters that I like built my program off of, and it's like one dog will get a lot of notoriety and the other one won't. Cause I had Hustle Man Belly Mate Sister, the ghost dog. Shout out to my partner T Mac and PBC for letting me get my hands on her. And I was able to do that brother sister breeding. And that was a dog that a lot of people don't know about, but she produced some of the dogs that produced the dogs that I got now. So, and I'll use Mailman and Miss Hustle. That's a belly mate brother sister. Everybody loves Mailman, but that little ugly black bitch with them bat ears, she been throwing me good dogs for a while now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I could go on just like brother sister combos that I seen. That just one of them is more popular than the other one,
Right.
and most people ask you, and you be like, look at the pedigree, and then they go to siblings and be like, oh shit, they was off the same litter, yeah. So it goes on and on.
Right. Go
That
ahead.
dog, another old time dog, I'm gonna use that their siblings were very good, and that whole family kind of based around what Thompson's kind of running right now is them Hank dogs. Anybody who runs the Boyles dogs, uh, that them dogs actually they had a brother named Smith and Jesse out of that litter. That whole litter was Hank was probably the low end of them dogs. He got the shine somehow, but they all got accolades also, Hank's brothers. And but that line, a lot of people don't know is Jimmy Boots is basically that's his folks, his family dogs. That dog that with Benny Bob, So I've looked in some pedigrees and I've seen the dog Jesse in some peds, and the brother I don't believe I've seen, but mostly the Hank stuff. You think about Patrick. You think about Captain America with the Hank dogs, and I believe the guy downtown TDK down south TDK dogs were heavy Hank. So he had the influence, but he had very good brothers that were just as good, and they don't get no accolades. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if anybody ever looked and seen that he had brothers, but a little fun fact, he had some really good dogs out that litter.
Okay. What you say, Ram? Anything you ever had? Uh, underappreciated siblings or littermates?
Yeah, hell yeah. I had a couple belly mates. That's why I was texting you earlier. One, more people saw at bigger dog shows, but the other one, he was fucking way better and had the same accolades, bro. So, that shit be crazy. Just, you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes because we put them both on the mill together and one of them outran the other one like it wasn't shit. You feel me? Made him look stupid on that motherfucker. But that's just
Damn.
how it go. One dog will get the fame and the other one will fade to black. Just the name of
Mm-hmm.
the game we play, bro. That's all. Well, you pay attention though. The one everybody liked got sold. And motherfucker like me never sell his best shit. So
Right.
that should let you know right there. You feel me?
Don't ever
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Hell no. Never
Mm-hmm.
ever. You never when you might need that motherfucker and can't get him back. Nigga want to charge you 5 bands or something stupid to get him back, like Buck was saying. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Nigga want to
Yeah.
charge you a stud fee for your shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Shout out
that.
to the real ones. Shout out to the real ones that do what they say they're gonna do and and keep shit moving. Shout out to the real ones, man, because that shit sucks when you look out for somebody and they supposed to look out back for you and the motherfucker just try to play you with your own shit, man. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out to the good kennel partners and all the, not even the kennel partners, but just doing good business out here in 2021.
Just being a man and honoring your word, man, that shit go a long way in 2021. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I was gonna say, yep. Somebody just said it in the chat too. Look, somebody just said it. Charlie, champion Charlie, Jeep brother. That whole litter was on fire though. That little litter, Bo and Honey Bunch shit. That shit was crazy. That was a
You
crazy
can say
little
the
litter.
same thing about what Vindicated and Zebo, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
But
Zebo.
that just goes to show 7-8 and the rest of the cats that you could promote a dog and make him be better than the other dog, and that's not even just the hype on the dog.
Oh yeah,
Makes the dog so much better, and it'll outshine the better damn dog. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. We see it every day in boxing, man. They do the same thing
Yeah,
in boxing.
right. My mama. So because there's a lot of litters where you find out that they had these good brothers and sisters, but you depending on because it's almost like a lottery pick with when the dog that particular dog meets this dude who's about to take him to the top. You know what I'm saying? The dog gets lucky too. You know what I'm saying? Along with the human. You know what I'm saying? But there's other ones out there, like for instance Charlie. Even though whatever, that whole litter was good dogs, but they didn't have a promoter. You know what I'm saying? Who, they got good promotion and they made a bunch of money out there. So a lot of these dogs that we have, I think that kind of we should be getting good litters out of these dogs. It shouldn't be a surprise that you get, you have 10 puppies or 7 puppies and all of them good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's that shit crazy, man. Let me see here. Read this chat. Yeah, salute to y'all. Yeah, man. But tonight gonna probably be a short show, man, because I got this dude outside working on this snow and shit, man. Told y'all, man. I got this. I be putting these motherfuckers to work, man. Saying he moves like a crackhead, but he ain't. This motherfucker be grinding, bro. I'm talking about he don't give a fuck, rain, sleet, or snow. He out here working, but he don't give a fuck.
That's the real bag, man. You get into the bag.
Yeah, he don't care. And he live in another city. Dude drive all the way out here, take care of this shit. It's what it is. I'm gonna have him hook up all the shit. You know what I'm saying? When the spring hit, man, I'm finna get my yard hooked up, bro. I had him build all that shit, man. Hook this shit right on up. Get my kennel set up outside. But anyway, y'all,
Hell
man,
yeah. You already moved them other dogs out already, like you were saying?
Yeah, I moved them, but the shit with Nino didn't work out, bro. Cause you know what I'm saying, dude paid me the money and nigga Nino pulled some bullshit. Try to attack the nigga and shit. So
Oh man, that nigga
he
I was
Nino
telling that nigga
on
I was telling
bread.
that nigga he got used to that duck meat and hamburger meat, that duck fat and hamburger meat. He ain't trying to get up out of there, bro.
That nigga, he a whole motherfucking bougie ass dog, nigga.
yeah, that nigga Nino, no, he did that shit on purpose, man. He knew, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Look, I got,
You evicted him 7-8.
bro. I got,
You evicted Nino.
bro. It was 4 dogs,
Nigga
bro.
tried to. That nigga
I
attempted to
tried
evict
to.
that nigga.
It was
That
4 dogs,
nigga
bro.
Nino a squatter. He got squatter rights.
Man, that nigga ain't going nowhere. It was 4 dogs in that motherfucker, bro. One by one, I'm getting rid of them. So they all seeing motherfuckers leave and not come back. So they all looking at each other like, damn, what the fuck going on? Like it's some death row shit going on or something. So now, when it's time for Nino, so I'm like, bet, all right, Nino gone. You know what I'm saying? My boy and shit, I'm gonna miss him, but hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a new day out this motherfucker. So anyway, motherfucker dude, dude got little treats and shit. You can feed him the treats. Nino cool with the treats. So as soon as I open up the kennel, this motherfucker, I'm like, what the? So I closed it back up. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Calm down, So I'm rubbing him and shit, and he steady acting all crazy like he a man biter and shit. You know what I'm saying? Acting all just I ain't never seen him do act like this before. So I'm like, all right, this motherfucker. So dude was like, hey man, I ain't fucking with him, man. I ain't fucking with him, dude. So I said, all right. So I'm like, all right, dude, you know what I'm saying? My bad, man. I don't know what the fuck, what's wrong with him, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, man, I can't fuck with him, man. Woo, woo. So, I cash out do his money back and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Nino, this nigga I swear this nigga smiled at me, bro. I swear he did, man. This nigga went and laid down and shit. This nigga went and laid down and curled up in the hay and shit like it was nothing. I said, this nigga here done played me, bro. Don't want to leave up the yard.
That
Like,
nigga
yeah.
turned into Debo real quick.
Yeah, he done played me, dog. Acting crazy.
Hey, Nino was telling old Doc, he said, nigga, if I could motherfucking talk, I'd drop a dime on your motherfucking ass. But watch this move I'm about to pull on this nigga, though.
Watch this.
Yeah, bro, you better watch out, bro. That nigga gonna try and kill Doc.
Nah,
That
man.
nigga gonna kill Doc.
Nah, that shit ain't gonna happen,
if he
bro.
If he knocked Doc off, man,
that shit ain't gonna happen, man. Doc a house nigga right now. He ain't worried about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't letting Doc out there fucking with dude to do. I ain't letting Doc outside till the spring anyway.
That nigga out there looking like a predator at Doc, bro. Yeah, bro. That nigga feels some kind of way.
Fuck that little nigga. He turned into cub from old Menace to Society in the beginning. Nigga, I don't like these little motherfuckers.
Nah, but I'm gonna give him to my uncle though, cause my uncle he been over there before and shit. He stayed with my uncle, and my uncle be over there, doing his little breedings and shit. So I'm gonna send him over there, man, and he be good, and then I can remodel and do some other shit I want to do.
Hey, what was that movie? Denzel Washington, he played the boxer
Hurricane.
in the movie. Hurricane. Remember when Hurricane, they had to go get Hurricane strapped up and waiting for the dog to come in?
Yeah, niggas is crazy.
Nigga, bring your motherfucking ass up here, nigga. He strapped up, nigga. Like, nigga, what's happening?
Bring your ass to the front right now. Nigga, we shit. That nigga Nino owe you some bread. Nigga Nino owe a bag now. Ran off on the plug. Took the money and started talking shit.
That shit fucked all the way up, man. Yeah, that's how he acted too, though, dog. Like he was like, "Yeah, all right, I'm finna act a fool. Like you ain't finna get rid of me. Fuck that." Yeah,
nigga, all the shit we been through, nigga, please.
Yeah, it's all good though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him in the family though. Let him go by my uncle's house and shit. You know what I'm saying? My uncle been trying to get him anyway and shit. So. You know what I'm saying?
Big as fuck too, nigga. If y'all ain't never seen him, nigga, nah, you would have left that nigga on the yard too.
Yeah, dude acting up. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
we good
good
with it.
though. I'm finna get up out of here though, y'all, man. Salute to the panel, man. And listen, man. Buck, man, why don't you give him a disclaimer for the tree huggers, man?
Yeah, none of this content is used for legal purposes. You know what I'm saying? You guys, hey, if you guys just coming here trying to find somebody talking illegal, you're worthless. You dig? But
Yeah.
nah, we just trying to get up on here, man. You know, this is the brotherhood, man. You know, we talking dogs. You know, we live, we answering questions and laughing with y'all in the chat, man. That's what it's all about, man. I appreciate everybody that came out. And you know, we just been rolling and rocking and rolling.
Man, still thinking about this nigga Ma talking about hurricane and shit.
Nigga, down to that, man.
That nigga he said, I'll kill him. You come in here, I'm killing him.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh,
You started hood bagging. What up, cuz?
oh, nigga.
Oh shit. All right,
Oh,
y'all.
shit.
Very active. Nigga, we gang banging over here today, homie. You might not want to pull up.
Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat.
Thank y'all for joining us. It's a quick show this week, man, but we're gonna kill them on Sunday on Buck City channel, man.
Yeah, I ain't filming on Sunday, so I'll be around the whole show.